Hey there, pals. Happy Thursday. I hope your week is going wonderfully. I am here with our live for the week, and I apologize that I'm a little bit tardy. I was on the phone with a client, but my clients come first. So sorry if you're not a client. We're not on the call right now. You just get a live. But happy Thursday. I hope your week is going wonderfully well. I'm here to talk about where should we get sound nutrition advice, and are you a chronic dieter? It looks like we got Caroline here. Okay, Caroline. Thank you so much for joining with us today. I'm going to give everybody a minute to hop on. As usual, if you're watching this live, please comment Team Live. If you're watching this replay, please comment Team Replay. I know we get a good mix of both here, but I want to see which team is going to win today. Picked it at a later time so we could get some more people. But you know what? We're going to honestly get diving into it because I still haven't made dinner yet. I went out for drinks with a couple of my coworkers after work today. I had some chips and salsa. Don't worry, I had a good snack this afternoon, and I'm going to make dinner after we're done here because I'm a little bit hungry. All right, so where to get sound nutrition advice. Now, a lot of you may be thinking that if you just go on to dietdoctor.com, or if you go on to the latest Instagram channel, whatever Instagram you're watching YouTube videos, that if this person is talking about nutrition, they must have some education in nutrition. They must know what they're talking about. But no, I'm here to tell you that there are so many people out there that are phonies. They do not have the nutrition training. They do not have any nutrition research. They maybe went and did Joe Schmo's 30-minute certification on nutrition online and call themselves a certified nutritionist. Well, let me tell you, there is a difference between a nutritionist and a dietitian. A nutritionist, anyone can call themselves a nutritionist. I see Caroline on here. Caroline, you can call yourself a nutritionist. There are no prerequisites to be a nutritionist, but there are prerequisites to be a registered dietitian. A registered dietitian must have a degree in nutrition and dietetics, whether it be a bachelor's degree or a master's degree. Starting in 2024, all dietitians, new dietitians will have to have a master's degree. I have my master's degree, but all the older ones we get grandfathered in. So you have to have a degree up to a master's, at least in nutrition and dietetics. You have to have completed a 1,200-hour unpaid internship. Just like a doctor's medical residency, we are matched to a national pool of internships, and you have to be matched in order to get an internship. I was lucky enough to do mine in my junior and senior year of school through my program, so I did not have to go through that worldwide or US-wide match, so that was a positive. But we have to have a 1,200-hour unpaid residency. Basically, a lot of people, you pay to do your internship. You have to sit for a board's exam, which is hard as ever, and it finds your weaknesses, and it's really hard to pass. And then also number 4, you have to go through and complete continuing education. It's not good enough for you to just pass a nutrition test one time, maybe in your 20s. You have to continue to go back and do continuing education to make sure that you're staying up to date on the latest nutrition research. 75 credit hours we have to go through and do, which is a whole lot of time if you ask me. So that's a really big thing as far as nutrition. The registered dietitians have to have it in order to be able to call themselves registered dietitians or RDNs. We are credentialed RDNs. This is National Nutrition Month to protect you, the public, from misinformation and phony baloney things that people are spreading out there. We have to protect you, the public, because nutritionists have no regulation behind their things. They have no governing body to say, hey, you're doing what you should be or what you can't be. Nutritionists technically cannot treat you for your medical states. Only a registered dietitian can. Nutritionists cannot give you tailored nutrition advice. That is illegal. They are practicing outside of their scope of practice, whereas registered dietitians can't. So if you can't work with a registered dietitian, where can you get sound nutrition advice? Medical journals are going to be your next step. I highly urge you to go to eatright.org, and you can find some really great nutrition information on there. That is the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. It is all research. It'll show you the latest things as far as nutrition-wise. There are position papers on popular diets like keto, intermittent fasting, and what the research says. Registered dietitians are credentialed, like I said, to protect the public from misinformation. And this website, eatright.org, has a lot of great information. Another place you can go, the Journal of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. It comes out monthly. the International Journal of Behavioral Nutrition, the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. There are so many. You can also go to Google Scholar, google.com/scholar, and search your nutrition, like maybe like fasting, dieting, whatever it is. Scholarly articles will pop up, which mean that they are research-based articles. It's not just someone writing about their experience. That Facebook group they might be a part of that is like, I lost 20 pounds by doing Beachbody only and doing Beachbody fasting. They have no nutrition advice or help at all. They're just Joe Schmo trying to make a quick buck off of you without really knowing anything. You have to know where your nutrition advice is coming from. Doctors they're a big part of our team, obviously. However, doctors aren't even the premier nutrition source. Registered dietitians are. So get a registered dietitian on your team. I am currently accepting spots for my wait list or my email coaching program. And I will let you know when there are spots available. You can go to nourishwithemily.com/1-1-nutrition coaching-services. So really, that is the best place for you to find sound nutrition advice. Dietdoctor.com, not your best thing. No, diets do not work. And we can talk about that more at another time. But registered dietitians are the premier nutrition professionals. Then go to medical journals to find some really good articles as far as what you want to learn more about and what the research says, because the research does not lie. So that was my little spiel on where you can find sound nutrition education and help. You want someone that has the credentials RDN after their name to help you be the best person to help you with your nutrition. Just think too, hospitals don't go hiring nutritionists to be on their staff. They only will hire registered dietitians. So keep that in mind. If you're at the hospital, you would want a registered dietitian seeing you. You would not want a nutritionist seeing you because they are phony, baloney. They do not have the credentials behind their names. They don't have the real nutrition training, schooling, any of that. So the second part of this training tonight is how to know if you are a dieter, if you are a chronic dieter. So I want to ask you these questions. Do you always think about the calories that you are eating? If yes, you might be a chronic dieter. If you're always thinking about how many calories are in this food, that might trigger as you are a chronic dieter. You're always looking for something new and different to try. When you become hungry, are you trying to go make something to eat that you know be nutritious and enjoy, like something that you would enjoy? Do you ignore it and continue on with your day? Because that's something a chronic dieter would do. Another question, do you not allow yourself to eat your favorite foods because they are too high in calories? If yes, you might be a chronic dieter. When you exercise, do you only think about burning off the calories that you've eaten? Do you not exercise for feeling better, looking better? If you're only exercising to burn off calories, you might be a chronic dieter. When you hear about a new diet, is the first thing that you do is jump to try it? Then you might be a chronic dieter. Do you find yourself overeating on foods you crave? You might find, oh my gosh, if I had a bag of chips in my house, I am going to eat all of it. You might be a chronic dieter because restriction only breeds more wanting of something. Do you not eat in the evening time because you do not want to gain weight? You might be a chronic dieter. Does not matter what time it is. You can still eat food in the morning, food at the night. At the end of the day, it's still food. It doesn't have to be time bound. When you eat something that is unhealthy, what do? Do you feel like you have to go burn it off the next day and over-exercise? Do you feel bad about it? You might be a chronic dieter. When you make a meal, do you look at the colors and the flavors that are there, or do you just see it for calories? If you just see it as calories, you might be a chronic dieter. And on holidays, do you overeat? Do you only eat the healthy foods? Do you feel bad about what you're having? You might be a chronic dieter. I know Caroline says that she's a chronic dieter. We can change that. And that's really what my mission is, to kind of break that habitual cycling of diets and looking less at things of like a numbers basis of like, is this going to make me lose weight? And putting that joy back into eating, putting that joy back into what you're doing and enjoying the food and still getting the results that you want, but not being so fixated on the numbers that it's driving you insane. It's driving you insane. So I want you to think about that. If you're saying yes to a lot of those questions, then we need to talk. My DMs are open. I will answer any question that you ask me. Shoot me a DM and we can talk more about this. I'll leave the link down in the comments below to fill out the application to get on my wait list as well. I hope you've had a wonderful Thursday. I gotta go make some dinner. Have a wonderful night. We'll talk soon.